Hello friends, in this video lecture we are going to learn about autonomic nervous system. What is autonomic nervous system? Nervous system which controls our body functions without any involvement of our conscious. Means those functions which are performed by our brain and spinal cord involuntarily and which is necessary for the process of our life. Coming to the introduction to autonomic nervous system, it is a division of peripheral nervous system which consists of autonomic sensory or neurons, integrating centers, and autonomic motor neurons. These are the parts or the divisions that are present in autonomic nervous system. Autonomic sensory neurons, which are present in the visceral organs and in the blood vessels, which conveys the information to brain and spinal cord. And there are some integrating centers which are present in the brain. We call them as a higher centers of brain, higher and lower centers of brain, which are present in pons and medulla oblongata and even in midbrain. Autonomic motor neurons, these are the neurons which propagates information from central nervous system to various effector organs like smooth muscles, cardiac muscles, and many glands. The enteric division is also one of the part of autonomic nervous system which involves in the involuntary functions which performs the movement of ZAT, secretions of gastric secretions, etc. And the enteric division, which is a specialized network of nerves and ganglia performing independent nerve network within the wall of the ZAT. Coming to the different sections like different parts of autonomic nervous system, and among them we need to study about autonomic motor pathway. Autonomic motor pathway is consists of two neurons which are joined by means of ganglia. Those two neurons, the neuron which is present before the ganglia is called as preganglionic neuron, and the cell body which is present in the brain or spinal cord, which may be longer in length in case of parasympathetic nervous system, or shorter in case of sympathetic nervous system. The cell body of the preganglionic nerve, which is present in the brain or spinal cord, and its axon exists as in small diameter, which is myelinated fiber, which is usually extended to autonomic ganglion. So based on the length between the cell body and autonomic ganglion, they were classified as a short and long. Short means sympathetic preganglionic nerve, whereas long means parasympathetic ganglionic nerve, preganglionic nerve. The postganglionic nerve means which is present after the ganglion is called as postganglionic nerve, which is present entirely out of the CNS. Its cell body and dendrites are located in ganglion, where it forms one or more synapses with the preganglionic neuron, and the axon of the postganglionic neuron, which is which terminates out of the ganglion and forms synapses with the effector organs. We'll study in detail about the preganglionic neuron. Preganglionic neuron, which is of a sympathetic division, have their cell bodies in lateral lawns at gray matter of thoracic and lumbar segments of the spinal cord. So, sympathetic division, also called as thoracolumbar division, which has its preganglionic nerves in thoracic segment and lumbar segments. The cell bodies of preganglionic neurons of parasympathetic nervous system, which are located in the nuclei of cranial nerves, 4 cranial nerves in the brain, usually 3, third one, seventh one, ninth one and 10th one, and in the lateral gray horns of second through fourth sacral segments of the spinal cord. So hence the parasympathetic division is known as craniosacral division. The sympathetic, as we already discussed, like sympathetic preganglionic nerves are short, while parasympathetic ganglionic preganglionic nerves are long. Here we can see the sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves and neuronal pathways of autonomic nervous system. Now we'll study about the ganglia of autonomic nervous system. There are two different ganglia like sympathetic ganglia and parasympathetic ganglia. Sympathetic ganglia are the synapses between preganglionic and postganglionic nerves of sympathetic system, and sympathetic ganglia which forms a trunk which is present on either sides of the vertebral column. So this prevertebral ganglia lies anterior to the vertebral column and close to the large abdominal arteries, and those autonomic ganglia, those sympathetic ganglia are four major prevertebral ganglia are present. They are celiac ganglion, which is on either side of the celiac artery; superior mesenteric ganglion, which is the beginning of superior mesenteric artery. They were named after their location and the type of artery that is present along with the ZIT, vertebral column. The inferior mesenteric ganglion is beginning of the inferior mesenteric artery, and arteriocoronal ganglion, which is present near the renal artery. Here is the sympathetic division. So they are the major ganglions which are present here, and they are innervated to different sections of our internal organs like head, eyes, ears, nose, facial muscles, etc., and also to the heart, lungs, liver, and ZIT. All internal or visceral organs are innervated with the sympathetic division. And parasympathetic ganglia, these preganglionic axons which are present in the neurons, present in the brain, whereas these preganglionic axons will form divisions with the postganglionic nerves in terminal ganglia. We call them as terminal ganglia because those ganglia are present nearer to the effector organs. Most of these ganglia are located in the visceral organs. So they are the terminal ganglia are of four types: ciliary ganglion, pterygopalatine ganglion, submandibular ganglion, otic ganglion. So here are the four ganglions which are present outside the CNS, totally outside the CNS. So coming to the autonomic plexus. Autonomic plexus means a network of neurons which are innervated to visceral organs. So these autonomic plexus are of two major plexus: the cardiac plexus and pulmonary plexus. Cardiac plexus which supplies to heart, whereas pulmonary plexus which supplies to bronchial tree. And coming to the postganglionic neurons, autonomic neurons, they do not end in a single terminal swelling like synaptic nog or end plate. They have multiple terminal endings. A single postganglionic neuron may innervate to different visceral organs or different visceral regions of an effector organ. The terminal branches of autonomic fibers, which may contain such swellings, we called as varicosities. And simultaneous release neurotransmitters over a large area and of innervated organs rather than of single cells. And this extensive release of neurotransmitters and the outer number of postganglionic neurons means that entire organs rather than discrete cells which are typically influenced by autonomic activity. Sympathetic postganglionic neurons. Sympathetic preganglionic neurons passes to sympathetic trunk ganglia. The axon might synapse with either with postganglionic neurons in the first ganglion it reaches, or the axons may ascend or descend to higher or lower uh, ganglion before synapsing with postganglionic neurons. The axons may continue with or without synapsing through this sympathetic trunk ganglion and may synapse with postganglionic neurons. Here you may see the postganglionic neurons, sympathetic ganglionic trunk, and here also we can see some neurons are forming synapses with the ganglions, nearer ganglions in the trunk, and some are moving out of the sympathetic trunk without forming any synapse with the ganglion. Coming to the structure of sympathetic division. In sympathetic division, the cell bodies of preganglionic neurons are present in the thoracic and lumbar segments of the spinal cord, and preganglionic nerves axons leaves the spinal cord along with the somatic motor neurons of the same segmental level. Exiting through the intervertebral foramina, the myelinated sympathetic axons pass into the anterior root of the spinal nerve and enter into a short pathway called as white ramus before passing into nearer sympathetic trunk. And the superior cervical ganglion must serve the head and heart, and middle cervical ganglion and inferior cervical ganglion which serves the innervates to the heart, and thoracic portion of each sympathetic trunk ganglion lies anterior to the neck and corresponding to the ribs and supplies to the heart, lungs and other thoracic viscera in skin and other neurons and sweat glands and etc. Lumbar region of the sympathetic trunk which has gray ramus and then merged with the spinal cord or spinal nerve, and this gray ramus communicans, which is a structure of postganglionic axons that comes out of the ganglia, and white ramus communicans means they are also sympathetic trunk of ganglions which gives axons out as a bunch of axons or branches of axons. And coming to the parasympathetic division, the cell bodies of parasympathetic preganglionic nerves are found in the nuclei in the brainstem and in the lateral horns of the sacral segments. The cranial sympathetic parasympathetic outflow consists of preganglionic axons that extends from brain, and sacral parasympathetic outflow consists of preganglionic axons present in the anterior roots of the fourth sacral nerves. The ganglia are the four major ganglia which are present in the parasympathetic nervous system are ciliary ganglia, which is lie lateral to each optic nerve, whereas pterygopalatine ganglia are located in the pterygopalatine fossa between sphenoid and palatine bones. Submandibular ganglia, which is present near the submandibular salivary glands, and otic ganglia, which is present near the parotid salivary glands, present near the foramen ovale and innervates to the glossopharyngeal nerves and postganglionic axons to the parotid salivary glands. And coming to the enteric division, which is very important to realize that the entire ZIT, like surface of our body, forms the extensive area of contact with the environment. The enteric division is a specialized network of nerves which forms the plexus called a network of nerves, the myenteric plexus and submucosal plexus. Myenteric plexus, which occupies the circular muscles of the entire ZIT, and the submucosal plexus, which occupies the gut wall of circular muscles and muscularis mucosa and runs from the stomach to anus. And the system of nerves makes possible the normal motility of secretory functions of ZIT. Coming to the cholinergic neurons and receptors. Cholinergic neurons are the parasympathetic neurons. Because it secretes a neurotransmitter called as acetylcholine, the neurons are called as cholinergic neurons, and which includes all sympathetic and parasympathetic preganglionic nerves, and those releases which releases acetylcholine, sympathetic postganglionic neurons that are innervated to most of the sweat glands, and parasympathetic postganglionic neurons. ACH is stored in the synaptic vessels are released by exocytosis, process called as exocytosis. And there are two types of receptors called as nicotinic receptors and muscarinic receptors. Nicotinic receptors are mostly present on the plasma membrane of dendrites and cell bodies of both sympathetic and parasympathetic postganglions, whereas muscarinic receptors of the cholinergic neurons which are present in the plasma membranes of effector organs innervated by both the parasympathetic postganglionic nerves and some postganglionic sympathetic postganglionic neurons. Adrenergic neurons and receptors. Adrenergic neurons are so-called sympathetic neurons because they release the neurotransmitter called as adrenaline or noradrenaline, because of which the system is also called as adrenergic system. The most sympathetic postganglionic neurons are adrenergic like SCH and NES synthesized and stored in the synaptic vessels, and adrenergic receptors are alpha, beta receptors. They are mostly found in the visceral effector organs, mostly innervated by sympathetic postganglionic axons. Here you can see the divisions of cholinergic and adrenergic neurons. Coming to the responses of sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous systems. Here, flight or fight response or fight or flight responses of sympathetic divisions. So, for example, if at all there is any flight or fight responses that should be initiated by sympathetic nerves, then the pupils of the eyes will dilate, heart rate and force of contraction will rise, the airways dilate, and increase and leads to the forced or fast movements of lungs, respiration. Blood vessels that supply to the organs are dilate, and the liver cells perform glycogenolysis. They produces more amount of energy, and release of glucose by liver, which increases the blood glucose levels. And whereas sympathetic postganglionic nerves axons, which results in which are activated simultaneously. ACH, acetylcholinesterase, is the enzyme which quickly inactivates ACH, and norepinephrine is present in the synaptic cleft for longer periods. Epinephrine and norepinephrine secreted as hormones in the blood from adrenal medulla, which is present in the body, also acts as neurotransmitter. Parasympathetic nervous systems, the responses are also called as the rest and digest responses, which these responses helps during the rest condition, which increases the digestion means releases more amount of glucose, and during the rest condition it works. It normalizes the heart rate, normalizes the respiratory rate, and etc. Autonomic reflexes. Autonomic reflexes are the responses that occur at autonomic nervous system. They, these reflexes play a key role in controlled conditions like blood pressure, adjusting heart rate, by force of ventricular contraction, and blood vessel by maintaining the blood vessel diameter, and digestion, and by the motility of the muscle tone of GIT, defecation, and urination. By this process, the autonomic reflexes play a very important role in the maintenance of homeostasis of our body. And in the reflex, it consists of a receptor uh, which is present in the effector organs, and the sensory neuron which conducts impulses from the receptors to CNS, where the integrating center present in the CNS and in the spinal cord. I mean, either a brain or spinal cord, which functions as integrating the sensory impulses to the motor impulses, and motor neurons which carry the motor impulses to the effector organs. Effector organ is the internal visceral organs like smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, or else any glands, etc., which is stimulated by means of autonomic reflex very fastly. So by this we have completed the autonomic nervous system. Thank you for listening, and watch for more videos.